rocky soil is like. And when you live in my backyard, I've got more roots and more stones than I think I've got dirt. But yet, we're coming into the season where we're gonna be separating our perennials, we're gonna be digging, and a regular old-fashioned shovel is often limited to how much you weigh. If you're a 100-pound lady, you can jump up and down all day long on a conventional shovel, and the way in which it's engineered prevents you from digging a hole easily. This is different. So different that over 100,000 QVC customers have picked it up. It's customer top rated. 99% of the people who bought it and then some said they would recommend it to a friend. I want to introduce you to a friend. Julian Matthew, how are you, buddy?
Good to see you again, Dave.
Your dad created this because he's an avid gardener, but like all of us, he's getting a little older.
91 this year.
91, but you can't slow him down.
Yep.
But something as simple in concept as just digging a hole became arduous. Now, your dad's a scientist.
He's a metallurgist. He knows metals.
Okay.
We'll call him a scientist.
There he is right there. But the shape of this shovel is markedly different than the shovel that every single one of us has in our garage right now. Take a look at one and then take a look at the other. Let's go back to the one that Granddad used, this one. Why doesn't it work when I want to dig a hole?
It's too wide. You're distributing your weight over too large of an area.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you a simulated situation where we have roots, okay? So these are roots in this box here.
It'll take a second for my camera to get ready, but...
Yep. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to push on my full weight. I'm going to stand on this shovel.
Okay.
And let's see what happens.
And just be careful with the...
All right, my full weight. And this is why you have to jump up and down with roots, because nothing is happening.
Nothing is happening. But
Now,
because your dad's design is not only thinner, it's shaped like a wedge. An axe is a wedge.
Yes. And it's a sharpened wedge from tip to tail. So now watch, I'm not going to stand on this.
Right.
I'm just going to put my foot on it.
Right through it.
Hardly any effort.
Right through it.
And I'm not even going to use my foot. I'm going to use just my arms. Right? No big deal.
Julian, I think this is an example of what QVC does extremely well, and I'll tell you why. When I first saw it and held it in my hand, I knew it's a shovel, but I didn't realize just how innovative and different this is. Julian gave me one and said, go home and dig a couple holes. And it sat in the garage for a couple days, and I dug a hole. And it was amazing how effortlessly I could cut through the soil. A young friend of mine who does a lot of landscaping in our area had come over and we were working on a project together. He's a professional, and he was digging a hole, and I said, wait a minute, you gotta try this thing. This guy, I've never seen him so happy because we've got rough soil out here. A 100-pound woman now has 1,000 pounds of force at her use that she didn't have before.
Right, and a regular shovel, the shovel we just used, she's probably getting 20 pounds per square inch. That's why she's not getting anywhere very fast.
Right.
Right? We have a situation here where a lot of times you'll put weed block down to prevent weeds, obviously. I've taken 2 layers of weed block. Very tough material normally, right? And you have to go back there and you have to replace plants after a while. And you have to get out there, rip this out, get a knife or whatever.
I've been on my hands and knees, with a box cutter cutting through that stuff.
So I'm going to do this with just my hands, no weight on it, right?
Watch this.
It's like you put your X, you put your new plan in there, no big deal. Here's 4 layers. It's going through 4 layers now.
Well, come on over here because I'm going to show you rocky soil. Let me get my camera into play here. Anybody who has ever tried to dig into rocky soil knows what an absolute nightmare it is. And the reason why it doesn't work, let me grab the old shovel for you again, Julian. On an old shovel, it's got too much surface area.
It's too wide. It's covering multiple rocks at once.
But look at the difference in the size of your shovel. So it works.
Right. So
watch.
These angles here are very important because what it allows you to do, it allows you to glance off the rocks. Watch this. See how it just glances? Even though I'm pointing it at the rock, it's going between. So when I do this demonstration, I'm not even putting my full weight on it. It's going to push the rocks away rather than prevent you from going down. See, any angle, it doesn't matter. I'm not doing this any particular way. It doesn't matter.
Julian, as a farmer, which is what I do when I'm not here, you'll have people who maybe drill or dig a couple fence post holes a year. I cut hundreds of them. And I've got an auger on my tractor that couldn't get through some of these stones when this shovel could. And when you go to separate plants this time of year, nothing better, and cutting through sod is amazing.
Sod, that turf grass is super hard to do. Separating perennials like your ornamental grasses, your hosta, your daylilies, your Siberian
Which
irises.
I used to do with a hatchet.
People get chainsaws out there trying
now
to do
I did it with a shovel. There was never a shovel that would do what your shovel does.
Yep.
And if you use it once, you'll fall in love with it. I hate to be this cliche, but it makes it like a hot knife through butter.
It does, and that's the most common comment from
Yep.
people. It's like
I
butter.
see it on the reviews.
Exactly. And the reason it works so well is because, again, you're concentrating all your weight on a single point versus 9 inches of a blade. Then you're wedging, and then you're slicing all the way down, because from tip to tail, these are all sharpened edges. Now, when you first get this shovel, it does not look that sharp as it really is.
Here's your one brand new out of the box.
Yep.
But it will soon start wearing on the edge and revealing that sharp blade.
Exactly.
And just like the old shovel that Granddad had in the shed that has been there for 100 years, this one will last that long, if not longer, because your dad engineered it, taking all the weak spots.
Well, we haven't talked about that.
Out of the
Right.
shovel.
Let's talk about what's strong about this product.
Okay.
Extra thick, extra hard blade, so that you can handle the rocky soils and stay sharp for a very long time.
Yep.
Matter of fact, it's so hard you cannot sharpen it with a file. You have to use a grinding wheel or a diamond stone to resharpen it. Longer socket to prevent it from breaking. Double riveted. Normally sockets end here. That's why you break shovels
That's a weak
there.
point, yep.
Now the area most prone to be broken is not going to break because it's supported by metal. A pull-threaded fiberglass, which is a very strong fiberglass designed to bend without breaking. Use them for pole vaulters.
Right.
Inside it is a northern ash hardwood core that's supported by
Which is what they make baseball bats out
a very
of.
strong handle.
Yep.
Will
And
last a very
padded
long
handle.
time.
It's an amazing tool. The reviews are at the bottom of the screen. 99% of the people who bought this said they would recommend it to a friend. It's a shovel, but it's not like any other shovel you've ever used. If you love gardening, but you're getting up in years.
Yep.
Or Dad had a hip replacement, right?
Knees and hip replacements. You
Okay.
have ailments. You have back replacement. You're just too painful for you to garden anymore, and you've given up. You no longer have to give up. This allows you to do it. It's so much easier.
Try it. It's going to sound crazy. Dig one hole or move one plant and tell me that this isn't the best shovel you've ever worked with in your life. It's all about the innovative design. And by the way, Julian's father, smart enough to have patented this. No one else in the world can make this shovel, and they make it to last a lifetime.
Once you buy one of these, you're going to buy multiples of them because you're going to say, "Oh my God, I can't believe this is so good."
Or, you know what? When you do work, but you go, you know what, my son has a garden. Great gift idea. It's fall. Let's get outside. Let's have some fun. It is truly exceptional. Another 500 people on the phone lines this morning. Sir,
Thanks,
thank you.
Dan.
Thank
Pleasure.
you so very, very much. Great tool. Try that. Right over here.
Wow,
I'm telling you.
that's incredible.
And today's special value will also make your life simpler. Over 10,000